Hey everyone, welcome to Rideful. You want to use Rideful to plan your star-stable dressage routines more clearly and efficiently, but you're not sure where to start or what everything does? No worries. In this short tutorial, I'll walk you through the basics, show you where the most important tools are, and help you create your first route step by step. Before we jump in, one quick note about accounts. You can use Rideful without an account, but if you want your work saved in the cloud and accessible on any device, creating a free account is highly recommended. It only takes a moment and makes everything much smoother. Now, let's take a look at the interface. When you open Rideful for the first time, it might look like a lot, but it's actually built around 4 simple areas. On the left side, you have your main toolbar. This is where you choose how you interact with the editor. For now, the 2 most important tools are the Select tool, which lets you move the camera and edit existing points, and the Create tool, which lets you place new points. The other tools are useful as well, but we'll explore them in later videos. In the center of the screen, you see the large 3D field. This is where your horse and your routes appear. You'll be placing points here and later previewing how your horse follows the path you create. On the right side, there's an additional sidebar with more advanced tools. You can switch between tabs like triggers, segments, circles, and moves. You can hide or show this sidebar at any time by hovering over its edge and clicking the arrow. At the bottom of the screen, you'll find the timeline. This is where all your routes appear, along with their points and triggers. Just like the sidebar, the timeline can be collapsed or expanded by hovering and clicking the arrow. Before creating a route, let's quickly get comfortable with the camera controls. Use the left mouse button or the WASD and arrow keys to pan the camera across the field. Hold the right mouse button and drag to rotate the view. Use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. If you ever lose orientation, you can switch between 3 preset camera views using the camera cube in the upper right corner. Once these movements feel natural, working in Rideful becomes much easier. Now, let's create your first route. Select the Create tool or press P for pen, then click anywhere in the arena to place your first point. Each click adds another point, and Rideful automatically connects them into a route. You'll see the route appear in the timeline with its name, color, and duration. While working, you can create multiple routes at the same time. Each route represents its own rider and appears separately in the timeline. You can select and edit each route independently without affecting the others. You can also create a route directly from the timeline using the Add button. This allows you to define the route name, color, and starting gate before placing any points. If you want to change something later, you can open the 3-dot menu next to the route to edit or delete it at any time. To adjust your route, switch to the Select tool or press V. Click on a point to move it freely. When a point is selected, you'll see handles that allow you to smooth curves and refine turns. If you want cleaner positioning, you can enable Snap to Grid, which helps align points precisely on the field. And if something doesn't go as planned, you can undo and redo changes at any time using keyboard shortcuts or the buttons in the top navigation bar. You're never locked into a mistake. Next, let's briefly look at triggers and moves in the right sidebar. For beginners, the 2 most important tabs are Triggers and Moves. Triggers are placed directly onto your route to signal instructions to your horse. To place a gait trigger, select the route you want to work on, choose the gait you want the horse to switch into, and then place the trigger anywhere along the route. You can move or delete triggers just like points. There are also special triggers for things like jumps or visibility changes, but we'll cover those in a dedicated video. When you switch to the Moves tab, you'll see a selection of basic dressage moves you can add to your route. Select your route, choose a move, define its direction and gait, and decide whether a matching gait trigger should be added automatically. If you're using a standard or pro subscription, you can also create and save your own custom moves, but that's something we'll explore later. Now, let's take a closer look at the timeline. The timeline is not just an overview. You can press play to preview how your horse follows the route, or scrub through the timeline by dragging the playhead to inspect specific moments. This does not change your route and is only used for previewing and timing. Now, let's talk about projects. To use projects properly, you need to be logged in with an account. Projects are simply workspaces for your routines. With a free account, you can use one project. With a standard or pro subscription, you can create multiple projects and switch between them at any time, which is especially useful if you want to separate different routines or teamwork. Everything inside a project is saved automatically after a short time or when Rideful is closed, but it's always a good idea to manually save your progress using the cloud button in the top bar. Rideful also allows you to share routines or load files from others. You can export a route to download or share it, or import a file into your project using the top menu. A more detailed tutorial on importing and exporting will follow soon. Finally, let's take a quick look at your profile and settings. You'll find your profile in the top right corner, where you can manage or upgrade your subscription. The settings are located in the lower left area of the toolbar. Here, you can adjust things like whether horses take on the color of their route, whether routes fade out while riding, and how the grid behaves or whether it's visible at all. And that's it. You now know the core basics of Rideful and how to get started without feeling overwhelmed. In upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into triggers, circle tracks, advanced timing, and complete routine building step by step. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to join the Rideful Discord server using the link in the description or leave a comment. If this video was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe, and have fun creating your first dressage routine in Rideful.